The oldest solstice rituals weren't just about fire. They were about earth, the bones of the land, the stones that remember. Some stones burn hot like the midsummer sun, while others anchor you when the energy just gets a bit too much. So this is the work of real earth magic. It is deep, it is grounded, and it is ancestral. So in this video, let's forget about the fluffy crystal meanings and let me show you 3 ways that you can actually work with stones at midsummer to really bring the energy of the summer solstice of Litha into your body and your practice as a witch of the land. Hey everybody, I'm Emma Louise Dyson, shamanic witch, earth medicine woman, and founder of Wild and Untamed, and you are watching the Wild and Untamed Way, where we explore seasonal witchcraft, stone medicine, and the raw magic of living in rhythm with the earth. And if you are craving a deeper connection to your practice, you know, that kind of grounded, embodied and very rooted practice, then you are in the right place. So if this is speaking to your soul, please go ahead and like this video, subscribe. There is loads of this more to come on my channel and lots of videos before this as well. So now, when we talk about working with crystals at the summer solstice, it is easy to kind of fall into this like Pinterest trap, right? Sunstone means joy and citrine means abundance and wear orange and think positive thoughts and all of this stuff. But stone magic, and I mean real stone magic, goes way deeper than that. It's not just about meanings, but it's about relationship. It's about how certain stones hold fire in their belly and mirror the solar energy that is pouring in from the earth, and how others offer very cooling or grounding or anchoring energy when the heat and the light starts to kind of tip us into overwhelm. So in this video, I want to show you 3 different ways to actually work with stones at midsummer to bring the energy of Litha into your body, your practice, and your path in a tangible way. But before we dive into that, let me say this. I don't just work with crystals because they are pretty. I have spent over 2 decades learning from them, not just energetically, but scientifically as well, believe it or not. I trained with the Gemological Institute of America. I've studied in New York's Diamond District. I actually worked as a gemstone expert on TV for many years, selling gemstones to millions across the world. And before that, I traveled all over the world, from Alaska to Mexico, working with retailers and luxury brands, hosting diamond and gemstone seminars, and literally soaking up every bit of knowledge that I could find. But it wasn't until I came back to the old ways, to earth-based magic, to the bones of the land, that I really understood their power. And stone magic, it's not about memorizing meanings or placing your crystals on a shelf, gathering dust. I do have many of those though. It is about listening. It is about feeling. It is about building a relationship with the stones as living allies and actually working in rhythm with the land and the seasons and your own body. And that's what I'm going to be sharing with you today in this video. So, at midsummer, everything is dialed up, right? The heat, the light, the pace of life, everything is blooming. And sometimes it's a bit too much, but it's also powerful. And this is when I turn to stones that really meet that fire. They don't just match it, but they help me to work with that fiery energy. First of all, citrine. I'm not talking about fake citrine. I think I've got some here. I'm not talking about fake citrine, the bright stuff. I'm talking about proper natural citrine, the kind that looks like it's been dug up from the belly of the earth, not cooked in a lab. And this stone helps you to really stay steady in your solar plexus. It helps you to stay clear and certain, but also full of fire that actually belongs to you. So a lot of people will look at citrine and be like abundance and wealth, and it is fantastic for that. It's why it's on my desk right now. But in the summer solstice, during the summer solstice, it can really help you to feel into your own fire, your own full fire within. Next up, we've got Sunstone. And this one is not just about joy, it is about saying, here I am, fully, without shrinking. And I like to use Sunstone when I am showing up, when I am stepping up, when I am choosing to be seen. And you all deserve to be seen, to take up space, to let yourself shine. Sunstone is bright, it's bold, and it doesn't apologize. So if you need that kind of energy in your life, definitely work with that, especially during the summer solstice when those energies are heightened. Next up, we have got Carnelian. This is sex magic and blood magic and raw creation energy. And I work with Carnelian when I need to move that energy through my body. Not just think about it, but actually move it, feel it, especially when I want to create something real. So I love working with Carnelian when I am manifesting with my body, whether that is in my sex magic practice or whether that is just about being in my creative energy. Again, we look around at nature, we see what is abundant this time of year at the summer solstice, and this is a crystal that matches that perfectly. So these aren't just pretty rocks, they are allies. They are carriers of memory. They are holders of heat. They have seen things that you and I could never imagine seeing. Can you imagine the stories crystals could tell? Tens of thousands, millions of years. And they don't just amplify your spells, but they anchor them. And they remind you of your own strength, your own spark, your own sovereignty, especially this time of year. I'm going to talk about some ways you can physically work with them in a moment, but let's switch things up a little bit first, because some stones are all solar charge, right? They help you to rise, to take up space, to cast your own light, but others are stabilizers. They are anchoring you back into your body, the breath, the bones of the earth, when the energy kind of feels like it might scatter you. And at midsummer, when everything is loud and it's lit up, it is easy to disconnect from our center. And that's where these stones come in, not as decorations, but as something to actually work with, as allies. They are solid, they are steady, right? So the first one might surprise you, flint. I live really close to North Wales and there is a lot of flint. In fact, the next county over the border from me is Flintshire. And this one is primal. Flint sparks fire, right? Literally. But it also reminds you of your own. It is sharp, it is ancient, it is bound by the land beneath our feet. And I love working with flint during the summer solstice. You can hold it in a circle to call back your power. You can bury it under your altar to connect with ancestral fire. You could bury it in your ground. Create a beautiful outdoor altar as well. You could just keep it nearby to you if you need courage that crackles. So I'm really passionate about working with flint. It's not a pretty crystal you buy in a crystal shop, but you can go and find it. You can forage it yourself. You can salvage it. You can connect with its energy and the land that it comes from. And that is why it is in my list of crystals, stones today. Next up, we have got red jasper, or blood and earth. I don't know what this is, but this stone brings stamina and strength, and it has a very deep grounding presence as well. So red jasper doesn't rush, and it reminds us to root. So if you are feeling a little bit unanchored, especially if you're out and about in big crowds, you can work with red jasper, carry it with you. You can also use it in threshold rituals to make sure that you can hold your energy really steady. The next crystal is Proceli Bluestone. Oh my gosh. I have a piece of this that I carry in the pocket of my jacket always. Proceli Bluestone is mysterious, it is magnetic, it is sacred. Pulled from the Proceli Hills and carried to Stonehenge, allegedly, this stone holds memory in its marrow. And it connects you with the ancient places and the wisdom that lives there still. So you can work with this gemstone, maybe hold it during ancestral rites, place it on the earth in a ritual that you are doing, or just sit with it in silence and just listen and meditate with this stone and see what comes through for you. You know, these are the ones that hold you steady when the fire rages. They are the bones of the earth. They remember, right? But midsummer, of course, can bring brilliance, yes. But for me and many people I speak to this time of year, it also brings burnout, right? So we've been planning things, we're doing things, we've got holidays, vacations, there's so many things happening. If you've got kids, the kids are off school and the energy gets big and fierce and fast. So the next stones that I'm going to share with you are here to really kind of soften the glare of the summer and to help you turn inward and to slow down and to listen when everything else is shouting. And they're not about dampening your power as such, but they're about helping you to hold your power with grace. So first up, one of my favorite crystals to work with, moonstone. It's fluid, it's feminine, it's ever shifting. And I love that when you look at a piece of moonstone and you see that agilorescence on the surface, that beautiful shimmer. And moonstone reminds us that stillness has power too. It cools, it calms, and it also opens up our intuitive channel, especially around the full moon. So wear it when emotions rise. If you're a woman, place it on your womb, or you can place it on your heart or on your third eye in meditation, and let it bring you back to your own natural rhythm. She is such a gentle, beautiful, nurturing gemstone. Next up, we've got pearl. Now, not a gemstone, technically a gemstone, as per se. It's known as an organic gemstone, which is a stone that comes from something that was alive. So you think of pearls or amalite or jet, amber. These are all organic stones that come from something that was alive. So pearl is a stone of pure water and patience. She's grown in the dark. She's formed through resilience. And pearl is about grace under pressure, the beauty in your becoming. So carry her with you if you are navigating any big feelings during the solstice. You can use it in rituals of reflection and also of self-worth. And then finally, I've got selenite. Now, selenite is cleansing and clearing and crown opening. And selenite doesn't hold on to anything. It teaches release. So you may be familiar with selenite, using it to cleanse other crystals because it doesn't hold on to that kind of negative energy. And at the summer solstice, at Litha, it helps you to clear what's been building so you can move forward unburdened. So you can, I've got a piece here, you can run it over your body like a comb to cleanse your energy. You can keep it on your altar, keep it there to keep the energy clear. Don't put it in water, it dissolves. And I love the analogy here because that's just like the overwhelm, that it helps to shift within us as well, helps to dissolve that overwhelm. So there are 9 different stones, 3 different categories. So, how do you actually work with these stones? Well, you don't need to have a big ceremony to make Midsummer magic. I mean, you can, and it's yummy and it's delicious, but you know me, I am all about keeping things simple, eliminating the overwhelm, and really just embodying your practice. Sometimes the most powerful rituals are the ones that just feel real and raw and rooted and in the moment. So, this is about weaving stones into your practice in ways that feel alive, not just symbolic. So first of all, build a stone grid. Choose one solar stone, one grounding stone, and one balancing stone, and arrange them in a triangle or a circle. You can do this around a candle. And then as you breathe, just let each inhale draw in the energy of one stone, power, stability, balance. Light the candle with intention and speak what you're ready to claim, what you're ready to release, or what you're ready to embody in the solstice. It is very, very simple. I've done a whole video on working with the witch's breath. I will tag that below if you want to learn more about that. And also, if you want to learn about more rituals that you can do for the summer solstice, I will also tag that below as well. Next, you can just walk with a stone. You can pick one stone that is calling you. And I always recommend this to my clients if they have multiple crystals. Put a basket by your front door with your crystals in. Grab one on the way out, pop it in your pocket, stick it in your bra, and just work with the energy. Like, trust your intuition to see what comes through. So pick a stone that's calling to you, tuck it into your palm or your pocket as you walk. And this isn't about walking to get anywhere in particular. It is literally just taking a walk with your stone, just to listen. Let the land speak. Let your breath sync with the pulse beneath your feet. Let the stone remind you that you are part of everything, that we are all connected. And the final simple way that you can work with stones during the summer solstice is to make a solstice sun tea. On the day of the solstice, I love doing this. I always make a sun tea. Gather a handful of herbs or fresh flowers, maybe from your garden. Obviously, make sure that they are edible. You can help, let the land guide your choices. For me personally, I'm going to be picking strawberries from my garden, some lemon balm, some mint, whatever else is in flower. Hopefully, there'll be some raspberries ripened by then, maybe some calendula. And if your stones are water safe, like clear quartz or citrine, pop them straight into the jar. If they're not, place them around the outside. You can create a little mandala, maybe pick some more flowers and leaves and just create something beautiful. And then let your tea steep in the full sunlight. Sun tea is something I learned when I lived in America. I'd never heard of it when I lived in the UK, but I loved making sun tea when I lived in Colorado. And so you're just going to let this jar of your herbs, you could even just put a tea bag in if you wanted to, and just let it soak in all of the solar energy on the longest day. But as it brews, you can infuse it with your intention. Sip it slowly later that night, like a spell that you are drinking into your bones. I love that. Stone magic at Midsummer, it's not about memorizing crystals. It's not about lining up this perfect grid for Instagram. I mean, you can do that, but it is about relationship and reverence and listening. So whether you're holding a stone in ritual, you're burying some flint in the earth beneath an altar, or you are sipping on sun tea that is charged with quartz, the work is the same. It is connecting with the earth in a way that is real and not performative, right? So let the stones speak. Let them remind you of your fire. Let them steady you when the energy swells and gets too much. And let your solstice magic be rooted, not just in light, but also in the land as well. So there we go, folks. If this has stirred something in you, you can tell I'm very passionate about this subject. If you've always felt that there is more to stone magic than what the books tell you, you are right. And I have got a full course that I'm opening up next month. We're going to dive deep into shamanic, sacred, and ancestral powers of stones and the way that I work with them in ritual and also in healing and also in everyday magic. It is called Shamanic Stone Medicine, and the waitlist is open now, and you will find the link below. You'll also be the first people to know about when enrollment begins. So yeah, click on the link below and sign up to the waitlist, and I will let you know when we open enrollment. There's always bonuses, extra bonuses for those that enroll first as well. So thank you so much for watching me today. If this video spoke to you, don't forget to like and subscribe. Share it with someone else that's walking this path as well. In the meantime, stay cool, won't you? And I will see you in the next video.